Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining for today our webinar. First of all, I need to maximize my screen. Then I close the camera during my presentation because the connections matter. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay, so today we will talking about the new things, yeah, the new things for the Autodesk because Golem itself is not the new because in the market there is a lot film movie they using already use the Golem itself. But since 2025 is a good news from the for the Autodesk because Golem is a part of the Autodesk collection right now in 2026 Autodesk Media Entertainment 2026. So before we jump into the Golem itself, so we have some agenda for today. So this is the key takeaway for the webinar. The first, we will see the new things coming in 2026. Yeah. So what's new in Maya 2026, and also we go to the Golem ISA. What's the next generation of crowd simulations? And the third, we will see how to integration Golem with the Maya. And the last, we will see the production pipeline, how to, let's say, if we have the our character, so how to implement to the with the crowd simulations. Yeah. So this is the our agenda for today. So we go to the first chapter. We see the what's new in Maya 2026. So that I will say there is a lot something in the Maya 2026, especially for modeling. Yeah, because today we will see some update for modeling and for animation is a bit, yeah, especially for the machine learning deformer from Maya. And then the third, there is coming the new geometry modeling in Bifrost. And then we will see the Golem itself. Okay, so the first we will see about the modeling, yeah, because mostly of you, one of you using the modeling tools, yeah, any DCC application, yeah, let's say right now you own the Maya 3ds Max, even though are you using the Blender, everything starting from the modelings, yeah. So in Maya and 3ds Max, right now they focus for the geometry works of library enable. So what is the geometry? Because if we see right now the modeling is more consume the time, right? Yeah, maybe some tools you prefer like a bevel things, you want to extrude bevel in any area you want to let's say using the extrude. Right now the modeling is more faster since I feel in 2023, 2024 and 2025. Yeah, there is a lot of things. And now in 2026 that I feel when I try between Maya and 3ds Max is more faster, yeah, than before. So this is the geometry works library enable. There is three things inside in the geometry in modeling. I mean, the first is smart extrude. What is the smart extrude? Yeah, I think most of you, if you are doing with the, let's say the modeling, extrude is a tools maybe as a mandatory tools. Yeah, anything you need to extrude and then you bevel anything to create some model and or animations. I mean the modeling. So in this smart extruder is more easy right now. You just click the shift keyboard, yeah, the shift key on the keyboard, and then you can drag, yeah, anything, and suddenly you need to extrude everything is can right now is possible. That's why this is they call the smart extruder. Yeah, this is available inside in Maya and 3ds Max. And also the boolean is more coming more powerful than before, yeah, because mostly also, yeah, I believe you all using the about the boolean things, yeah, you do some let's say the interact and then union and then contract and anything you want to create and to create some modeling by using the model the boolean tools. Now, right now I can say is boolean is more powerful than before. Yeah, so also the bevel cutback, there is a feature things between Maya and 3ds Max. Okay, so this is the example from the Maya 2026. When you see my screen right now, this is the way to how to modify with the Boolean tools. I think previously when we do the model, the booleans, okay, this is the things you can do by go to menu and you can go to the modeling tools. But right now, when you see my screen right now, once you get the booleans, there is a layer. I think previously is a bit hard to do some modeling with boolean because let's say you want to undo, yeah, you want to undo, you want to back with the your previously model, then you need to undo, and then suddenly sometimes it's gonna be happen even though your computer may be getting hang. But right now, once you get the operator of the boolean operator, let's say by using union contract, you can see on your layer, yeah, at the right of my screen right now. This is the layer can be happen even though you can arrange, yeah, which operator you want to stack. Maybe let's say you want to add more than one stack boolean, and then you can arrange, yeah, which one you want to at the top and the below. Yeah, this is something I think uh, more good news for modeling. Yeah, let's say if you see right now the model with the UV, yeah, with the pattern, and you see the pattern is quite more good lah. Yeah, because right now the boolean itself can be automatically, yeah, the new then can see the all the things like a UV things is quite good. Yeah, see, yeah, let's say this is can apply all the let's say the tools or the operator. Let's say in another side you want to change, yeah, hey, I want to change from the union to interact. So no worry because you can go directly go to the layers, and then suddenly when you see my screen right now, so I can choose which one I need to change, even though I can change anything, and then I can stack which one at the top, which one at the bottom. Yeah, this is more easy and faster than before. Yeah, so okay, let me continue. Okay, this is something attract my attention in Maya update in 2026. Right now there is a Boolean volume. Yeah, I think previously these features coming with the 3ds Max 2025 before Maya. Yeah, this is something good. Yeah, why? This is very helpful tools for the modeling artists. Yeah, that's why this can be designed. Let's say you want to create some more organic modeling. Yeah, more organic. Let's say you want to create a human body, you want to create some creature, you want to create a tree, anything related with the uh, uh, let's say organic. This is more easy. Yeah, let's say this example when you see my screen right now, let's say this is the example to creating the octopus right now. When you see the octopus modeling, this is part, let's say, yeah, this is the tentacle using by the spline. Yeah, so they create the spline, and then this is only the spears, yeah, and then using the boolean with the volume boolean, when you see this is the boolean setting, so this is the options, yeah, so you only to switch between the currently with the volume booleans, yeah, then suddenly once you get the booleans, the volume booleans, so you can see this is more easy, yeah, more faster, and then you can see this is more organic. So maybe the next question is how to when you see the retopology, yeah, something happen when you do some like kind of the, let's say, booleans, yeah, some things happen with the retopology, yeah, topology of your modeling. Now I think the next move, yeah, I think the next chapter where Maya have the retopology cloud, yeah. So I will show you the in the next my presentation, yeah. So this is very helpful, yeah. Once you create it like the organic modeling, this is, let's say, yeah, I think once if you create with kind of this model previously, I think it's a bit hard. Yeah, why? Because you need to boolean and then you need to shape anything. Yeah. Now you can see even, yeah, even let's say, hey, I want to change, let's say, the position of the eyes of the octopus. This is more easy right now because this model created by boolean. Yeah, this is more easy. Yeah. Now you only go to the layers and then you can select the object that you want to change the position, let's say. Yeah, this is more easy. Okay. So This is, I think this is a good improvement from 2026. So this is happening also with the bevel. So what's happening in bevel right now? Once you get to beveling, let's say the object, right now when you see bevel any between the area of this modeling surface, right now when you see my screen is more like automatically, right? I think before you need to union or you want to interact, then you can go to bevel things, yeah, to need to add more line, to add more bevels around the mesh. But right now, when you see my screen right now, yeah, after we do the boolean things, so this is when you see my screen right now, there is a bevel, yeah, the bevel features instead the boolean things, yeah. So I only go to the boolean, then I go to the let's say the attribute. So this is features at the boolean, yeah, selecting X, yeah, poly bevel filters, yeah, this is automatically, yeah. Now this is the, I think this is more improvement the way you creating some bit the mix, yeah, the mix modeling between the bevel and the booleans, yeah. Right now both are support, and then we can create more sophisticated modeling. Okay, so this is the flow retopology. So what happening with the retopology? Because retopology, I think there is insight in Maya 2024, but sometimes our user people said, hey, when I do the retopology, sometimes it's getting harder, it's getting more consume. Yeah, consume my resource of my laptop, my computer. Yeah, this is something happen not only 1 or 2 person. They feel, I think everybody feel the same. Yeah, when we do the retopology, that consume our resource from computer, yeah, let's say the memory, yeah, the RAM and anything. But right now Autodesk since 2024 2025 they have retopology tools, especially in 2026, yeah, they have the cloud retopology, which means everything done by retopology on your model is will be bring to the cloud. Yeah, so when the process begin, it is not consumed from your computer resources. Yeah, I think this is the good things coming. Why? Because right now, yeah, I think this is related with the connection, yeah, the internet connection, yeah, because everything we go to the cloud. So let's say, yeah, this model, I think this is very high polygon. So I want to do some, let's say, retopology, yeah. So inside in the Maya right now, there is a flow retopology menu. Once you open it, there is the notifications, yeah. You can name your file, and then you can direct which folder you want to save later after you do the retopology. And then there is a target phase, yeah. Let's say, hey, in the next I want to change. Is that possible? The question is yes, yeah, because once you get the target, and then the target will be processing in the clouds, yeah. Once the object is done, yeah, everything, so you can like the history, hey, this one I need to change, so you need to go back, yeah, and then you can put some let's say the target, you want to increase the number of the target from retopology, yeah. That's why this is more easy. See, once you get to okay, then when you see my screen right now, this is the log file, which means everything that's informed on your site, yeah. This is what they do inside on cloud. This is not bring the burden on your laptop, yeah. This is more help much more, yeah. See, this is the process when you submit everything go to the cloud, yeah. So you only see the process. When you see, this is the process calculating, computing. After they done, this is information, you just click the import, and then you can get the object after you do some retopology, yeah. After that, there is a log file, yeah. Even though this is the job log, which means you can tracing, yeah, the process, yeah. See, this is the retopology process by cloud, yeah. Anything you can go to the cloud, so you no worry about your system again. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is flow rate topology, and then how about the animations? The animation, this is the new thing coming, yeah, because not only Golem, the new product, Autodesk on the 3 products, yeah. Golem is a part of the Autodesk MNE, Media Entertainment, include Insight in Media Entertainment, but there is another product that's separately with the Autodesk package, yeah, which means the Autodesk package is MNE, yeah. So this product, yeah, let's say this is Maya. So right now Maya can link, yeah, directly to they call the flow capture. I think the flow capture previously the Moxion company. Yeah, I think they acquisitions by Autodesk. I think 2 years or last year. What the flow capture? Maybe you can find out. Yeah, the flow capture, which mean you can like, let's say, if you create your reality capture anything by your camera device. Yeah, this is automatically you can bring. Yeah, the flow capture is cloud. Yeah, cloud application, cloud apps, which mean so you need to log in, then you can capture every footage that you capture right now there is in cloud. Yeah, let's say when you're talking about the on your producer, hey, I want to change this footage, I need to change. Yeah, that's why flow capture is really help the user who has the project or the project with the camera capture, yeah, something like that. So this is on my screen right now. This is Maya. Right now, Maya have the connections with the flow capture and flow tracking. Yeah, what is the flow tracking? Flow tracking previously is ShotGrid. Yeah, shot management tracking. Yeah, so which mean right now the artist, let's say, yeah, in this case, let's say everything shot, everything footage. Right now, you can bring or link into the Maya. Yeah, I think previously, yeah, let's say in production tracking, yeah, or a flow production tracking, ShotGrid icon. Let's say if the user want to see the result, yeah, so they need to review, yeah, or we call the RV, yeah, the RV is the application a part of the ShotGrid. But right now, yeah, the artists they don't need to get back to the review, yeah, and then back again to Maya. No, right now the artist, when you see my screen right now, this is the Maya, and then when you see this is the connector, every shot footage you can link. So you can, let's say, yeah, this shot, maybe this is shot 2 and shot 4. Between shot 2 and shot 4, so I will put some my let's say our CG. Yeah, this is CG from Maya. So you can put in between. So the artist is more easy to visualize or put the on the footage. Yeah, let's say this is the from camera capture. Yeah, they capture, and this is the CG from the Maya. So the artist can see the positions, let's say the character, even though they key anything. Yeah. So this is more easy to capture, to see the screen. Yeah, the screen and the footage inside in Maya. Yeah, so you can download. Yeah, this is not automatically. So you need to go to the Autodesk apps, then you need to log in, then you can download. Yeah, I think this file, once I see last time, this is still beta, but yeah, I think let's see for the couple of months. Yeah, this is will be a full version of this connector. Yeah, from Maya to the flow tracking or flow capture. Yeah, this is more easy right now. The artist right now is only scrub, yeah, scrub anything they scrub from the timeline, then they can see anything. Even though let's say, hey, I want to see to put my CG, even though they don't need to export to FBX and then bring back again and then see review and then to render to see the, let's say, to see everything. Yeah, now can directly. Okay. Okay, yeah, before we do something new from the Bifrost, I need to consider maybe one of one of you is don't know but what is the Bifrost. Yeah, because when I talk to the user previously, mostly, yeah, they don't know, hey, what is Bifrost? Yeah, Bifrost, what Bifrost? Yeah, because Bifrost also is already exists in Maya 2015. Maya 2015, but previously Bifrost as flood simulation in Maya. So since 2019, 2018, especially in 2019, Bifrost is changed. Team Autodesk, they change with development. They put Bifrost as a visual programming environment. Which mean artists can more easy. Especially technical artists and TD, technical director. From studio. This is more easy to how to manage the effect. How to manage the effect. How to configure. Let's say previously they need to change the format and then bring to the artist. So this is more consume time, but right now everything they can visualize with the visual programming environment. That's why first when hear about the programming side, I think not everybody they own the programming side, the programming background. That's why Bifrost also provide some like template lah. Let's say you want to use later. Let's say, hey, I don't have any programming background. That's why is there possible for artists, for animator, for artists to using Bifrost can, because there is some template available that Maya provide inside the apps. Okay, so this is the Bifrost. So what's a new thing in 2026? Bifrost on the geometry procedural, which mean when you see my screen right now, can you imagine? Let's say if we create some game asset or building as a game asset. Let's say I want to create some more dynamic. Let's say, hey, I want to more wider. The building is more wider, so more shorter. Anything. So when you see my screen right now, this is more easy when we do with the Bifrost. Why? Because we only setting, maybe the first time is take time, because you need to understand, the node, every node you need to understand to create some procedural programming, visual programming. That's why it takes time. But in the next, I think this is something, I can say it's more brilliant. It's more brilliant for your project. Why? Because can you imagine if you create, let's say the game asset lah, the game asset with the building or anything with the different size or a different or the different component. Let's say inside in building there is a window, there is the everything there. So can you imagine if you create by manually one by one? You need to change the window, everything. The list everything on the ornament building. But now see, once you get changing, even though you resize your object, automatically the component is related, because all these are designed by procedural geometry, the new things inside in Bifrost Maya 2026. Can you imagine? This is more easy. Maybe the first time this is very I suggest this is more takes time for you to learn how to understand, to create the flow. The first you need to understand the nodes, every nodes, kind of this. But later, once you uh, once you very familiar with the node base, I think it's more easy and faster. Okay, so the next is talking about the ML. What the ML deformer, or we can say this is new in 2025. 2025. So can you imagine, if you have more character? So once character, you need to put some rigging, right? Some rigging, maybe you put some deformer attending there. Can you imagine if, sorry, you create more than one? Maybe you have a lot character on your scene. Or maybe, let's say if you working with the client. So when you pitching your client, then you must everything to them, right? like rigging, like deformer, anything, right? Now with the machine learning, yeah. So let's say you have the same mesh, yeah. This is the prerequisite. You need to have the same mesh. Let's say, hey, how about the different mesh? So I want to create this human. This is the creatures. It can be done the same. The question is depend the structure of your rig. Once you get the same structure, you can apply, yes, with the same machine learning. Yeah, so you can apply with the machine learning deformer. But if you have, let's say, I have a custom rig, let's say the character with the three hand, yeah, and something not usually, yeah, not a humanoid, yeah, that cannot, yeah, cannot be applied with the machine learning, yeah. So the question is, who is it for the machine learning? Number one is anyone who needs faster character interactivity in Maya. Yeah, so you want to faster, you want to apply the the animations inside your character, so you can using the machine learning. One thing, yeah, about the machine learning, once you get the machine learning, they consume your hardware. Yeah, I think the first time I try is getting more slower in my laptop. Yeah, so I realized, hey, machine learning, they everything. When you give some animation, anything, yeah, you teach the machine learning, you put the data of animation on there, so they process everything by your resource of your computer, they consume. Okay, yeah, that's need to consider, because more complex character you assign, yeah, you assign with the machine learning deformer, I think the more heavy, yeah, the more heavy. Okay, the second, the layout of previous crowd, yeah, to use more complex character deformations. Okay, and think in the last, yeah, studio to share rig character with the other partner without sharing proprietary deformer. So the partner, so let's say the partner, they don't need what we done with the character. Yeah, this is more a bit easy to hide your process workflow. So which mean the partner only see, hey, this is the animation, this is the movement, this is the motion, yeah, something like that. Okay, what's news in the 2026? Yeah, in 2026 right now they on the comparisons. I think before we cannot compare. Yeah, let's say this is your object, this is the Maya deformer. So if you want to compare, yeah, I think it's a bit hard, because after you apply the Maya ML deformer to your character, so the character is like automatically, so you can see the whole process. But right now, I think the update in 2026, yeah, there is you can see the visualize the different, yeah. Let's say when you see this is the heat map on your visualization, you can see even this is they can detect which area will be a bit constrained, yeah, which means the constraint is sometimes getting issue, yeah, so they can predict, yeah, so they can predict, yeah. This is the new things update from the 2026 from the rigging, yeah. Okay, so we jump into what's its Golem. Yeah, what's its Golem? I think this is Golem is plugin, which mean the Golem can be run by date apps. They need to Maya, 3ds Max, Houdini, Unreal, yeah, so they can run. Yeah, so Golem can run inside the DCC application. Yeah, let's say the particularly that's working with the Autodesk Maya. Yeah, in this sample, so I will show you some Maya sample. Yeah, so Golem also uh, available for the 3ds Max. Yeah, so the key features of Golem is crowd simulations. Yeah, if we talking about the crowd simulation in the market, there is some. Yeah, there is some. So I can say a lot no. There is some. Even though I think Autodesk on the 3ds Max Crowd on, I think in 2017, 2015 below, but I think it's not working in the market. Why? Because creating a crowd is not like you just put some people there, you just put the crowd there. No, but when you create the crowd, yeah, the people or the user need some interactivity. Yeah, I think without the interactivity, you can see the crowd like robot. Yeah, like robot, just walk. Yeah, no interactivity. But this is something good with the Golem. Golem has been published in many years. When you go to Wikipedia, when you typing who movie using Golem is around 400 plus film in the box office. Let's say if you watching the Netflix about the Squid Game, yeah, Squid Game movie, yeah, in Netflix, the Squid Game movie is produced using Golem. Yeah, when you see crowd, and then when you see the Game of Thrones, yeah, and many box office around the world they using Golem. Yeah, okay. So this is the Golem. Yeah, what is Golem? Yeah, right now the Golem is version is 9.2. Yeah, once you get the MNE collections, yeah, the MNE collections, you can see at below there is a new product show. Yeah, the Golem version 9.2. Yeah, the last update. Okay, so this is the simulation layout when you see, yeah, the soldier behind all produced by Golem. Yeah, all the produced by Golem. Even though you can manage every crowd here, let's say, hey, this is like a war, everything. So you can do, yeah, let's say the Avatar. Yeah, you can see the Star Wars. This is the Squid Game. Yeah, they using the Game of Thrones. Yeah, anything. Yeah, anything. If talking about the Golem, the crowd, they use Golem. Why? Because Golem is more powerful. Yeah, to create as a crowd simulations. Yeah, this is John Wick. Even though John Wick, Zombie, World of Z, yeah, anything. Yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot. Even game. Yeah, even though game. Yeah, Golem can do inside in the Unreal. Yeah, maybe the question how about the Unity? I think later, but right now is only support for Unreal Engine. Okay, so this is what we will see by the production pipeline in Maya. The first, this is how to Golem. When you see my screen right now, this is the Golem. You need to activate by go to the Windows preference and then plugin. So you can there and then you can click to activate. After you activate, you can see the Golem on your Maya. Yeah. So okay, yeah. Once you get the okay, let me play for the video recording. Okay, this is the installations guide. Yeah, anything. So you can go Golem right now, the Golem website to be the Autodesk. Yeah. So before we do some Golem, we need to check our computer. Yeah, how to check when you see this is the icon at from the left, you just click, yeah, these options. Once you get these options, this will be a Golem scene setting check test, which means if everything okay, they will shown in the green color. And once you get the orange color, you need to consider you see, even though you must go check up the help. Yeah, let's say you playback speed. Yeah, because you need change your animation setting here from playback speed to play every frame. Yeah, that's why this is only some notifications for before you begin to using Golem. Okay, so I move. Once you get okay, you can go to help and then even though you can change by your own. Okay, so after you bring the everything, the next step is you can go to the Goleam and then you can download the character set. What is the character set? The character set is the character that Goleam provide for user who want to using the character. Yeah, which mean if you own the character, yes, you can use. Later I will show you how to do. But if you want to take the character from the Goleam, they provide. Yeah, so you need to download, yeah, manually. So you cannot go to the Autodesk now. You need to go to the Goleam, still to go Goleam website. Okay. Once you get there and then everything install, and the next step is will be bring the character from the Goleam into the Maya. Yeah, so I move because it's take a long. Okay, so when you first thing, when you see this is the icon of import character. The import character is can be two. Yeah, the first is character from the character Goleam. Yeah, by default. And the second, you can bring your own character. Okay, so I move. Okay, once I get the character, I think previously we need to download, yeah. Download and then you can extract. So you can get the character. Yeah, this is character are provide. Yeah, I think in 9 version is more character lah, because this is by default. This is using the 6 versions. That's why only yeah, not much lah. Yeah, so you can choose any characters. So the character is extension GCHA, yeah, GCHA, yeah, which mean Golem character, yeah. So you cannot directly import to FBX, yeah. Later I will show you how to convert your FBX or your rig character into the Golem character. Okay, so I move, so I choose anything. Let's say I want to choose the casual man light.gck, gcha, yeah, character. Okay, so after after we pick the character, then the screen automatically they pop up. They pop up about the shader, because when you download, there is no only character, there is only a viewable include with the character is shader. So when you pick the shader, when you open, there is a lot of file. So when you see, let's say the Archer, yeah, Archer ID, yeah, underscore AR, which means AR is render Arnold. Because the Golem itself, they support many render system like Arnold render, V-Ray, RenderMan, yeah, and also yeah, there is a RenderMan, Redshift render when you see, yeah, this is VR which mean V-Ray, yeah, RS red mean Redshift, yeah, and then when you see again this another, yeah, like the Redshift, yeah, and Arnold, yeah. So by default, this video using the Arnold. That's why they choose underscore AR or Arnold render. Okay, yeah, this is important. Yeah, you need to pick, yeah, pick same as your render, your current render. Yeah, your render using V-Ray, you can use the VR file. The current using the render shift, okay, render shift. The current using the renderman, okay, you can using the renderman, okay. So once I get back the when you see right now, this is the character first, yeah. So after we create after we put the character, the next thing we do the crowd. Okay, yeah. So everything there like a rig, yeah, like a bone, everything there, yeah. And then we do the next. We will do like uh the render, not render, the crowd system. Okay, how to get the crowd system? Okay, so I move the crowd system. Yeah, when you see my screen right now, this is like the the ballots, yeah, the bunch of ballot, which mean this like a particle, right? Yeah, this like the particle icon. Yeah, that's why the crowd also the particle. Yeah, that's why they need to click the particle icon or crowd icon, and then after you click, there is you can see, yeah, the cursor is changed. Yeah, okay, so I move. See, once you get this is like a particle, yeah, particle attach your ground. So once you get, when you see my screen right now, the attribute like a slots, place, radius, height, distance x, distance z, orientation noise, until the number of column, the number of rows. Yeah, so you can adjust which column, which row you want to fill out your by your own character. Okay, let's say I want to change the distance, then yeah, also the, which mean the noise is the random, yeah, like a random. Yeah, so once you get, okay, don't forget, after you just, there is a create, see the create button. Yeah, don't forget to select the, once you get the create, you realize your screen is changing now. The first, when you see there is put some sign, the marking, yeah, not sign, the marking, yeah, rectangle marking and the icon, which mean this area will be as a crowd. Yeah, once you get how to see preview the crowd, yeah, so you need to back and preview. Yeah, you need to get back and preview to test the character, every character there. See, so this is the first step. Yeah, this is the first step. Okay, so I move to the next. The question is, yeah, after you do some, okay, the character, this is only the character. Yeah, so maybe the next, I want to change every let's say separately some group, yeah, into some group. So you cannot select, then you move, you cannot. Yeah, because you need to go to the custom. Yeah, they call the custom. Okay, let's say you want to change, let's say you want change any group here, the size is more bigger than others. Yeah, can. Yeah, yeah, let's I move C to C. Okay, yeah, so this is the golem character maker. Yeah, which mean this is can be yeah, because we are using the character by default golem. So this is only show you how to where this character group, yeah, save before. So there is the golem character maker. Yeah, the golem character maker, this indicate like a bone connections. Yeah, like a right hand, middle hand, yeah, right arm, head, spine, hips, anything. Yeah, so they can define, yeah, which mean if everything there, this, because this is automatically, yeah, this is automatically because right now currently using the character from the golem. Okay, so I move, I need to move, this is only show. Yeah, so this is the group, so you can create, this is like a group, yeah, from anything like the body head. Yeah, this is like a structure. Yeah, this is same when you open with the network connections in Maya. Yeah, so you can see any detailing from your character. Yeah, same, this is side from the golem. Okay, so I move, that's why I move. So let's say I want to change some group of this crowd. Okay, okay, so I move again. Okay, yeah, so this is only I check. So I need to, let's say, yeah, this is trying to render. Yeah, so you can render. Yeah, let's say this is currently using the Arnold. So that I only put some the AI Skydome to see the render. Yeah, so you can download. So you can render. I mean render, and then you can put the lighting. So you can try. Yeah. Okay. So I move to the next is Golem Behavior Editor. Yeah, what is Golem Behavior Editor? This is the place where you put some motions. Yeah, let's say I want to create the motion from the character. Let's say I want to create some walking character. I want create some let's say another motion inside in my character. Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, this is possible. Yeah, let's say so how to apply? You just go click here the entity types or your character. After you click, when you see my screen right now, sorry, yeah, I'm this one. So after I sorry, after I click, yeah, I click the entire types from my screens. This is like input output. That's it. Yeah, this is like a line. Yeah, line. This is the input output. So the Goleam still waiting, yeah, which behavior you want to put in. Okay, how to put in? You can go to behaviors. There is arrow, which mean from left to right. Yeah. So this is the Goleam behavior editor. So you can pick yeah any. Let's say I want to motion play. You just drag. After you drag, even though you can release yeah inside in the row, so this is automatically attached. Yeah, after you release, this is automatically attached. Once you get attached, you can see there is a knot. Yeah, which mean the knot. Yeah, this is the input and output. Yeah, which means it's more easy for you to see. Let's say, hey, I want to apply the triggers. Yeah, next, yeah, we will see a trigger. Yeah, let's say you want to decide this character will be have the condition. Yeah, if condition. Yeah, so we can use the trigger later. But the first, let's say this is the behavior. How to apply the behaviors? Sorry, you just double click on your node base. After you double click, yeah, you just double click, then will be pop up. Yeah, for the moment when you see my screen right now, there is a extension the GMO. Yeah, GMO. Yeah, GMO, which means the Goleam motions. Yeah, the Goleam motions. This is we can pick from the existing the existing motions. After you pick the existing motions, yeah, maybe the question is that possible? We can pick more than motion? Can, as long you can assign. Yeah, as long you can assign, you can put many motions on your behavior editor. Okay, once you get more than one motions, when you see inside in attribute, yeah, even though this is which mean this is the motion. Yeah, so you can apply. Yeah, see, once you get apply, so this is will be custom. There is like someone to talk, someone to sitting, someone like do some presentation, yeah, like this one. So this is kind of the motion can apply as a random, yeah, for your character. Okay, see, yeah, when once you get running, yeah, this is like in the crowd. Yeah, let's say you put the crowd in the yard. Yeah, let's say you create a building, the asset building. Then once you put someone like sitting, someone like I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of the kind. Yeah, so once you get there is a start and attribute, which mean percent minimum. So this is can kind of you put some randomize. Yeah, okay. I want to more random, more variance, random character inside my crowd. Easy, easy. You can go to the start present attribute. Then even though you can adjust the speed, yeah, ratio. Yeah, I think is the character is a bit slow. Yeah, so you want to more faster. So you can go to the speed ratio attribute. Over there, there is a speed ratio minimum and maximum. So you can adjust from there. And then you can see any changes. Yeah, remember once you get the changes, you need to preview. Yeah, you need to preview because they need to update. So even though, sorry, even though you can change and then you can simulation explore. Yeah, let's say I want to this kind of the character I want to export. Yeah, which means the export I want to next the character, let's say, yeah, you have the heavy, yeah, the heavy motion is not getting more. You can feel, maybe you can feel, hey, this is why heavy, because we need to export. Yeah, when we see the preview, we need to export first. So you can change the start frame until the end frame. Yeah, let's say I put only the 50 lah. Yeah, so this is the attribute. Once I get to export, yeah, this is kind of process. Yeah, so okay, this kind of thing is more light than before, because the character right now, they put everything in cache. Yeah, remember when you play around with the, let's say, the particle, yeah, yeah, you need to catch first, otherwise it's getting heavy. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is the Golem layout editor. Yeah, what the difference? Yeah, that's behavior. Uh, Everything with the motions related with the behavior. So how about to change, let's say, the size, and then the character. Let's say, yeah, the character, they hold some, maybe the sword. Yeah. So I want to change some group. I need to remove the sword. So how to that? How to do that? So you need to go to Golem layout editor. So that's why I said before. So you cannot do manually. Yeah, everything change on your character. You need go to the layout editor. Yeah, this is the layout editor. Yeah, this is the layout editor. You can go there here, and then you click until the Golem layout editor. They pop up on your screen. Once they get the on your screen, even though you can apply to your character, let's say you want to create the selector. Yeah, you want to selector. Okay, even though you want to remove, yeah, which one we want to remove, you need to by not by Golem layout editor. Yeah, let's say okay, yeah, so I move, sorry. So I want, let's say I want to remove some part of this character. So you can go to there is a kill, yeah, kill node. Let's say I want to, this is shirt, yeah. So I need to remove, I just hook the shirt, and then I go to the attribute, and then we can select which part you want to remove. Yeah, let's say, hey, I want to remove the shirt. Yeah, so you only go to the add and remove, and then you can pick, okay, I want to remove the shirt. Yeah, so once you get the shirt, and then suddenly all the shirt is gone. Yeah, so that's why, yeah, let's say by example lah, maybe your character holds some like shield and sword or anything or weapon. So you need to, maybe this kind of group, so I don't need to put some there. So I just only to remove. Yeah, this is more easy. You can using the layout editor. Yeah, let's say this one, the hand is removed. So you can select which one you want to remove. Yeah, so where to remove the character of your crowd simulation. So by using the layer editor. Yeah, this is the way how to layer editor. So I can move. Okay, this is how to let's say, yeah, you bring your own character. Yeah, this example by let's say, I have the character from Mixamo. Yeah, so you can bring the character, your character Mixamo, yeah, to your screen, and then you can export to FBX. Yeah, and then you can import to Maya. Yeah, you can pick, yeah, this is easy, this is the free one. So you can go to the Mixamo, and then you can pick any kind of character you need. After that, you export as the FBX format, open Maya, and then you can import. Okay, so once you can import this character with this standard trick, you cannot apply as a crowd. You cannot. Yeah, that's why you need to using the Golem character maker. You need to remap. Yeah, you need to remap your rig. Yeah. Okay, you load start, and then you can select the rig previously. After you get the rig, and then there is a skeleton axis. Yeah, it's depend. Let's say, yeah, okay, I'm using the y axis lah, the standard one from Maya. So once you get, this is will be detected. Yeah, this is the standard. Yeah, this is the standard trick lah. Yeah, humanoid. So once you get the load you selected skeleton, and then there is a copy. Yeah, so this kind of copy of the rig, which mean you can define one by one. Yeah, which mean let's say the bone radius, yeah, anything you can adjust lah. This is same like in the when you assign the rig, yeah, on your character lah. You can adjust the bone, and then you must to remap one by one. Yeah, you must remap, yeah, some kind like this one. Maybe the question is how to, is there any way to more easy? Yeah, I ever see someone do with the Python things. Yeah, can, yeah, with the Golem. So this is to only check, yeah, everything there, and then you can connect. Yeah, this is actually this is automatically lah. Once you get, yeah, you only assign one, and then automatically they connect one part to another. Maybe, let's say the hand with the handle, sorry, the leg or anything lah. So this is kind of the way you apply the character, sorry, the character maker first, and then after that you select all the component, and then bring to the folders, yeah, until the asset group. You must group, yeah, otherwise the Golem is cannot detect it your character. Yeah, that's why this is important. The first you need to remap, the second you must group inside in Golem character maker. Yeah, you just apply this one is icon group, then you select from the outliner. After you select the outliner, then you can select from this character maker and then create the group. Yeah, this is automatically, see, this is like a grouping, yeah, inside the new character that make from the Golem maker. Okay, so yeah, you only apply this motion into the Golem. Okay, so I move to next. Yeah, this is talking about the trigger. Yeah, what's the trigger? Sometimes when you do some crowd simulations, sometimes you need to create some condition. If, yeah, if area, this area, let's say if this area, when character walk through this area, maybe the character is die, maybe, or when the character walking until this area, the character suddenly they running. Yeah, this is the trigger. Yeah, this is the condition. Yeah, that's why when you create the conditions, you need to a trigger. Yeah, so you need to trigger. You add to the trigger. Okay, yeah. So you can see the trigger one by one. Okay, set. So I move. Okay, yeah. This kind of, let's say, the trigger, the animation first we assign, and then once you get the start, yeah, let's say, okay, okay, yeah, this is walk. Yeah, the character walk. Okay, and then you can apply. Yeah, okay, be motion the same. Yeah, this is the yeah, the motions. Yeah, let's say once you get the motion, so where to put the trigger? Yeah, moment I stop first. Once you get the knot, the small knot here, yeah, this is the trigger. This is where the trigger place. Yeah, because you cannot put inside in the behavior. You cannot. Yeah, the trigger can put inside. Yeah, the knot. Yeah, where, yeah, you can get, you can see the trigger here, the small knot. You just double click. After you double click, which means this is input, this is output. The input, the animation will running because the condition of the trigger is true. This is condition, true and false. You can set by put the true or false, or the put the 1 or 0. Okay, so I move. Again, I move until I create, yeah, create some condition. So I want to create the condition. Let's say we can remark. Yeah, we can remark the area. Let's say the area I just drag from outliner directly to the crowd behavior. Yeah, this is will be because we create some plan, right? This is the plan. So we can put the condition at the top of the plan. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So after we create the plan, now we trying to coloring. Yeah. So this is only a trigger. Yeah. A trigger. Yeah. Maybe next we can hide. Yeah. Because we only see the color. Let's say we can add the color. Yeah. The color of this area. So that's why we need to paint. Yeah. So let's say we need to remark by red area, which means this area the characters is will be a trigger. Okay, the color. Okay, yeah, this one, this way. When you see after this, some is will be render, not all the crowd running. No, some crowd they trigger to for running. Okay, okay, and then you can also the condition. Yeah, which mean this time this is you can put the time. Yeah, which mean you can accelerate. Yeah, maybe you can accelerate the running. Yeah, the crowd running. The crowd running they have accelerate more faster than walking. Yeah, so that's why you put some if more than one condition. You put or, which mean or will be execute by conditions by two condition if the result is, yeah, I think, let's say the false and true or false by or conditions is will be execute. Yeah, because this is or, this is different when you put some condition, let's say by n. Yeah, this is will be execute first and then later will be combined with the n operator, which mean everything here, yeah, with the result is one, and then once you get the another operator, let's say the n like a multiple. Yeah, like let's say this is condition is true, which means another condition is false, the result still the false after the condition. Yeah, yeah, the conditions is true, the result is true. Yeah, this is like a logic lah, logic thing. Yeah, and or see, this is the put another okay, this one. Yeah, this is kind of the how to we create a trigger. Yeah. Okay, so this is how to create the character to point some directions. Yeah, which mean so you can direct the motion of the character. Yeah, to the another I mean the directions. You can choose the directions. Yeah, see, they walking everywhere. Yeah, they walking everywhere. So I want to put some like the helper. Yeah, to put here the point. So after you put the point, yeah, the character is will be walking in one directions. They follow. Yeah, they follow the point where you put. Okay, yeah. So let's say I want to put here to one direction. See, yeah, this is they walking to one directions the way the helper or locator they put. Okay, yeah, let's say this is the way to how to, yeah, even you can see right now. Okay, they can put some trigger. Yeah, that's why, yeah, one character they can follow, not all. They raise on their hand, yeah, to flap, yeah, raise hand up until they walking. Yeah, so this is you can, let's say, yeah, you want to create some like a war character, they move some sword on your the hand, so you can create something something like that. Yeah, yes, this is the way to how to regarding the golem. Okay. So this is the golem 9.2, I think the, okay, yeah. So this is the same. Yeah, you own your character and then you can apply the motions. inside the same, even though the animations, the custom rig, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the way the Goleam can produce. This is still beta. So they're working with the ML Deformer in version 9.2. They still beta, which means you can combine, yeah, because Goleam, I think, yeah, like maybe the question is that possible to put any deformer, yeah, let's say like a blend shape, yeah. So I see you need to a bit tricky lah, yeah. So you cannot directly put some the blend shape, the other deformer, yeah, on your character. So you need to back first, yeah. You need to back first your motion in your rig, then you can bring to the crowd, yeah. I think that's something yesterday or 2 days ago, I think some questions, yeah, about the user regarding to create some, yeah. See, this is the pad, yeah. Even though right now is foot lock, yeah, this is foot lock, something you need to consider. Once the character they walking on the pad, the foot is not there. That's why there is a foot lock, yeah, foot to the ground. Okay, I move. Okay, this one is more. Yeah, this is the 9.2 update. Yeah, in Goleam. Yeah, that's why it's more some update, some improvement lah. Yeah, inside in Goleam. Okay. So that's it, the Goleam things. Okay, one thing I will show you something new before we go to Q&A. Okay, this is something new in
They say all great stories start with a sense of
Autodesk
wonder.
MNE. Yeah,
And
this is
what
a
if
part
bringing
I
those
think previously is the Wonder Dynamic. I think this is for next our webinar, yeah, to see about the
stories to life,
Flow
we're not
Studio.
limited by our
Previously the
resources.
Wonder
We're
Dynamic. This is the
unlimited
AI thing. If you have a footage,
by our
so you can
imagination.
combine your CG,
Welcome
yeah, for anything. Let's say you on using Maya, 3ds Max, even Blender. So you can put there on your
to Wonder
footage,
Studio,
and suddenly
where making
the
movies with
AI things
CGI
can
is as
do
simple
like
as selecting
the
your actor and
CG
assigning a
with
character.
your footage. Yeah, let's
The
say this is
system uses
automatically,
AI
even
to
though
track the actor's
let's say you want to
performance
export
across
to
cuts
Blender to
and
Maya. Yeah,
automatically
see,
animates,
this
edits,
character
and
are
composes the
produced with
CG
the Wonder
character
Dynamic, or
directly
we
into the
call the
scene.
Flow Studio. Yeah, I
Whether it's
think
one
it's
shot
more
or a full sequence, Wonder
uh,
Studio analyzes and
im-
captures every frame
more
from body
easy. Yeah,
motion,
yeah. I think this is for the final is
lighting,
depend, but
compositing,
from my side, I see this
camera
is,
motion,
if we can say this is like
and it even
like a
tracks the actor's facial
pre-visualizations.
performance.
Yeah, this is quite perfect. Yeah, the way
All the
you
artist needs
create, even though the character they can attach anything, the lighting, the camera tracking. I think the new coming is camera tracking, so you can get the data, the camera tracking, and then you can bring to Maya. Yeah, something like that. I think the next
filmmaking
update.
is a medium of
Yeah, but
creativity
this is
and
more improvement.
collaboration
Yeah,
with
but this is
artists.
more
There's
improvement
no AI that can
from the
replace that.
Autodesk
Wonder Studio was
MNE.
built to
Yeah,
empower
this
those
product
artists
coming.
while still keeping
Yeah,
the
Flow
existing 3D
Studio.
process in mind.
But yeah, yeah. Even though
Alongside
this
the
can
rendered
be
results,
detect like
Wonder Studio gives you
rig,
the
yeah,
ability to
anything.
export the
So
individual
this is the
layers you
AI
need to
mocap.
deliver your
Even though,
final visual effects.
yeah, yeah, this is coming.
Whether it's
So this is the Flow Studio, like All Wonder Dynamic. They use. I think the last video. I think the new one, yeah, the new one from the Linkin Park. These are produced using the Wonder Dynamic. Yeah, this product is, I think, more people coming like NBC. You can see on YouTube. Yeah, there is NBC. The news. They try to change the character from the reporter to CG1. Yeah, that's why this is more quite good in the features. So I can say this is help very much for the animator, for the production to see. They say you want to create some kind of like of the previews, pre-visualizations. I mean, this is more easy. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Let me check if any question. I stop sharing first.